Why not add a touch of urban jungle to your living spaces? Freshen the air inside your home or create a relaxing vibe with indoor plants, but do it with a touch of Gardenettes style. For a splash of calm, turn to the ever-popular peace lily, or add easy care style to living areas with the rubber plant. For fascinating foliage, grow colourful calatheas, or channel the Victorian era with the compact Boston fern. Rock 70s style with the bird's nest fern, or add vibrant colour with a bromeliad. To make these indoor plants shine, we now need the perfect pot to create the perfect look. And if you want to inject some personality into your living space, then you'll love the Clio pots. So if you ever come across a pot like this that doesn't have a drainage hole at the bottom, we call it a cover pot. It's a little bit like a seasonal jacket for your plants. You can quite simply plonk the plant into the pot and you can chop and change your colours from season to season. And the pots come in some smoking hot colours. Rose quartz is one of the star colours for fashion home and interiors this summer. So transform a plain bookshelf or living area into something fabulous with rose quartz Clio pots filled with lush indoor plants. Add splashes of white for cooling contrast. You'll also see flashes of green on the catwalk this season, so create a fresh, enlivening look and make mint green Clio pots the star of the show. Or go retro with a classic mod black and white look. And don't forget to add a touch of Studio 54 bling with gorgeous gold pots.
These are Phalaenopsis orchids, more commonly called the moth orchid. So let's stick with that because we won't get our tongues in a twist.
These elegant orchids are a popular gift, but all too often I've seen this magical display of flowers reduced to something not so nice. But believe it or not, they're actually easy enough to care for, but too many get neglected or overloved. When the long-lasting flowers fade, cut the spike down low between two nodes, and if you're lucky, you may get another round of flowers.
And one of their pet hates is soggy wet roots. So make sure you tip out any of the excess water before you put it back in its pot.
If they are overwatered, their leaves can crinkle or get brown tips like this. Only water them when the mix feels completely dry. Don't be freaked out by these wandering aerial roots. It's completely normal. But if the plant gets too big for its boots like this one, then it's time for a makeover. Carefully take it out of the pot and get rid of any of the old orchid mix. Using sharp snips, trim off all the dead and brown roots. The healthy ones are green and plump. Now I'll delicately pop him back in his pot, and while supporting the plant, I can sprinkle in some fresh orchid bark mix to fill the pot and support the plant.
Now he looks happier. Don't forget to feed your moth orchids regularly. They'll reward you with oodles of blooms. They like a warm spot indoors, so a northeast facing window ledge is perfect, or a shaded west window like this one.
I love the idea of having a living salad bar just outside, growing in pots or in the patch, so you can pick the leafy greens as you need them. Loose leaf lettuces are top of my shopping list because you harvest them leaf by leaf. Mignonette lettuces are crisp, tender, and the ruffled leaves add fabulous texture to salads. If you're a Caesar salad fan, then you'll want to grow cos lettuce. The firm rib down the centre of the leaf gives it great crunch. Or you might want to hedge your bets and grow a lettuce combo like this that has a variety of different flavours, textures and colours. Rocket lives up to its name. It's fast growing and quick to harvest. The peppery leaves can be picked in just a few short weeks. If your rocket always bolts to seed, try growing it in a spot that receives morning sun, or grow it beneath tall crops like tomatoes and corn. Now this Asian lettuce mix will add a bit of exotic flair to your kitchen. It's got a few things in here. There's tatsoi, or you might hear it called tatsai, which has this lovely round leaf, and you use the stem and the leaves in your soups, stir fries and salads. It's also got the two peppery Japanese greens in there. So Maizuna, which is the one with the sort of serrated leaf, and Maibuna, which has the nice smooth leaf. Both are great for spicing up your salads. Amongst my greens, I love to add in edible flowers, like calendulas, which bring a splash of cheery colour to the salad bowl, or nasturtiums with peppery edible leaves and flowers. Lettuce prefers full sun and good drainage. They're shallow-rooted plants, so keep the water up. And because they're fast-growing, make sure you liquid feed every 2 weeks with cow feed for a bumper harvest. And my top tip, Put a new batch of seedlings in every few weeks for a continuous supply of leafy greens throughout the year.
It's a hot summer day, the girls are dropping over for some drinks later, and you want to serve them something fun and fruity to cool them down. Well, why not let my watermelon and lime Bellini do just that? So I've got some fresh watermelon that really is a quintessential Australian summer fruit. And what I'm going to do is just chop it up roughly into chunks and then freeze them. Once you have your frozen watermelon, you can just pop it straight into a high-powered blender. Whoops, one got away from me. And my little secret to a smooth and creamy sorbet is a few teaspoons of glucose powder. In it goes, and blend away. This is a great little sorbet to have to cool down during summer, and it's also really good for the kids because it doesn't have all that extra sugar. Next, I'm going to add in some freshly squeezed lime juice and one of my favourite types of bubbles, Prosecco, which is an Italian dry sparkling wine. I've made a really simple sugar syrup that I'm just going to add in a few teaspoons to each glass. So this is a bit like an adults only Slurpee, but far more sophisticated. You could even add a little bit of mint just for that gorgeous aroma. Oh, and here are the girls now. Here you go. Would you like one of my watermelon and lime Bellinis?
Ooh, yummy, thank
I
you.
decided we should spend every afternoon with this. Cheers.
Sounds good. Cheers.